Welcome to the Breaking News Bears podcast. I'm your host, Chris Capone, joining alongside my co-host, Evan Davis. And I know we're a baseball podcast, but the biggest trade in sports history just happened. Luka
What the
Doncic.
fuck?
Luka Doncic has just gotten traded to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis. There's a bunch of other pieces in this deal, but the biggest names, obviously, Luka Doncic and Anthony Davis have been traded for each other. The biggest deal in the history of sports. The way it was so sudden, the way it's literally everyone was so shocked about it. LeBron was eating dinner, and now Luka Doncic is his teammate. This is the biggest trade in the history of sports, and wow. Like, Evan, what are your thoughts? I can't even like begin to fathom and put
Dude,
my
I
words
can't
into anything. Like,
I can't dude, I'm literally just like hanging out. We went to a bar to support a cause for cancer, and I get a notification from Sean saying, and it's not even like he didn't even have time to make a fucking graphic. He just says breaking: Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, Markieff Morris are getting traded to the Lakers for Anthony Davis. Who else is in that deal? Max Christie is going to Dallas, I think it is,
yeah,
and a
and
first round pick, a 2029 first.
and Jalen Hood-Schifino got
No,
traded to
Jalen Hood
Utah.
Schifino's got who cares about?
Mhm.
I wanted Jaime Jaquez, and you
Mhm.
can look at my Twitter. If you go to Evan Davis 5303 on Twitter, and you look at 2 days before the fucking draft, because I live by UCLA, I said if the Lakers get Jaime Jaquez Jr., I might actually cry.
And
And he
then they
goes, the pick
drafted
after us.
and they drafted Jalen Hood-Schifino, who is probably worse than Bronny.
Dude, what's even crazier, and I just saw this on Twitter, JJ Redick played with Luka Doncic and now he's coaching him. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I really like. I don't even know. Okay, yeah, here it is. Okay, Lakers receive Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, Markieff Morris. Mavericks get Anthony Davis, Max Christie, a 2029 Lakers first. The Jazz get Jalen Hood-Schifino, a 2025 Clippers second, and a 2025 Mavericks second. But now that 2029 pick means nothing because everyone's like, oh, what happens with Anthony Davis once LeBron retires? But now you have Luka Doncic. So now you can just build around that. So now the 2029 pick doesn't mean anything anymore. Because if the Lakers have Luka and then they get another star, like you're probably going to get another star with Luka there. But the 2029 pick doesn't mean anything.
I genuinely could
But who
not
the fuck
believe.
is playing center?
I genuinely could not believe any of the news. Like watching this happen, like I was 20 minutes late to the news because I was taking a nap.
Who
And then
takes
my
a
phone
nap at 11
or
p.m.?
no, not taking a nap, but like I was just laying in bed, and then I my phone starts blowing up 20 minutes later, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like I thought it was Centel. I thought I got
I
NBA
genuinely,
Centel. I thought I got Ballsack Sported. Like I can't believe that this is actually what's happening. Uh, Fanspo, the popular trade NBA site, is down right now because everyone's hopping on the website trying to, package a trade together. This is one of the most like I was lost for words for literally like 40 minutes. I was trying to talk to my uh friends from high school about it, and I couldn't string a sentence together. I was genuinely lost for words. The pure shock from all of this is just insane. Like this isn't supposed to happen. You're not supposed to have two top 10 players traded for each other without any warning in the middle of a season. This is never supposed to happen in
first,
any sport.
and what I don't understand is like Nico Harrison, the GM of the Mavericks, like respectfully, what are you doing? Like, I get the whole thing about defense wins championships, but it's no surprise that Anthony Davis is injury prone. And in the playoffs, he was literally a roller coaster. Like, you never knew. He's either in the playoffs last year and in the playoffs the year before that, he's either dropping 39 and 15 and he looks like Wilt Chamberlain, or he's throwing up a goose egg and just getting absolutely smoked in the paint by Nikola Jokic. So yes, defense wins championships. You just acquired who I think should be the defense who should have at least one defensive player of the year award in his career. The fact that Gobert has four and AD has zero just makes absolutely no sense to me. But that's, a topic for another day. But if you look at this Dallas Mavericks team, like, yes, Anthony Davis now gets his wish. He gets to play the four. You have Daniel Gafford there at the five. Derek Lively is probably out until the playoffs start. And even then, how much is he really going to play coming off that nasty leg injury? I, God, I mean, I don't know. You're just talking about like a lot of high potential. And then with the Lakers, like, dude, Jackson Hayes is our star. Like, I know the Lakers just had a very impressive win against the New York Knicks tonight, beating them by 18 points on the road.
without
But
Anthony Davis.
without Anthony Davis, yes, and that's what makes me think about this Lakers team is you have Dorian Finney-Smith, you have Jared Vanderbilt. Yes, Anthony Davis is a phenomenal defender, but a lot of his blocks was because the Lakers backcourt was getting absolutely torched, and then Anthony Davis was there to block. I don't see that now with this because now that you have Vanderbilt and Dorian Finney-Smith to play the perimeter, there wasn't really room for Max Christie because he's kind of a smaller forward. My mind is still like, and apparently Luka's going to be back on February 8th, so I might leave home. I might go home early. I
I I genuinely like I'm still at a loss for words. And I just saw a tweet of De'Aaron Fox's reaction to the trade and someone saying, "Don't go to sleep, bro, you next."
don't go to sleep, bro. Oh, that's why you're like.
Uh, but like, yeah, like Dirk posted a tweet with just like the blown up head
Yeah.
emoji. Like,
Well, Brent Rooker tweeted, I got a notification that Jeff tweeted at 11:30 p.m. and was expecting to find out where Pete or Alex was headed, but it was just him retweeting the wildest transaction you'll ever see.
this is the weirdest trade. The impressions on Twitter, there's already
Don't
33
go to sleep, you. I just saw it.
33 million views on Shams' tweet in an hour. Like,
Yeah, Joel
what?
Embiid. Wow, no effing way.
This is the like, bro. Nico Harrison's gonna get jumped next time like anyone in Dallas sees
Like
him. Like,
oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
it's one of the just
Dude,
like
his
it.
tweet has 34 million views.
Yeah, in an hour.
I
This
thought this was a joke, and I still can't believe this is I'm sorry for interrupting. My mind is just like, I apologize. This is just like, this is crazy. Like,
I I'm genuinely like
the Mavs
I
just screwed over their future, though, when you
yeah.
think about this.
You had, I don't get the thought of, oh, we didn't like Luca's condition. That just seems like such a made up like excuse. He just took you to the finals. This isn't like Embiid. This like if
Yeah.
anyone, this should be how the Sixers feel about Embiid, not how the Mavericks feel about Luca fucking Doncic. Like he just took you to the finals, averaging 34, 10, and 10 basically last regular
He's a
season.
Laker.
And you're like, we don't like his conditioning. If Mark Cuban shouldn't have sold the Mavericks.
But Mark
I
Cuban still holds, like, he's still, the way
he's
that
not
his contract,
but he's not majority, isn't he?
he's not a majority owner, but the way that the negotiations still worked out is that he gets to like have final says on trades.
I
So,
s-
but what I don't understand is like, look, I this is also like, I mean, knock on wood, but like you're talking about a player in Luka Doncic that like, yes, he hasn't played more than 70 games in a single season, but like respectfully, in the 65, 66 games that he plays in, he's unbelievable. That like, yeah, he needs a day off because he plays 38 minutes a night and carries you to a win. Like, I what I don't understand is like the Mavericks just traded a guy who just came off last season averaging 34 9 and 9.
I
34 9 and 9?
and took you to the finals. That's not empty stats. He took you to the finals. He was your best
And he's
player.
25.
Like and there was apparently, oh, he was going to, agree to a 5-year $345 million deal. I'm used to baseball money. I'm used to seeing 700 million thinking, yeah, he's worth that. Luka Doncic getting $345 million at 25 years old is not a, or he'll be 26 by the end of the season. He's turning 28 or
Well,
26
so
end of this month.
he has this season left on his deal. He has next season on his deal, and then he has a player option.
He's not eligible for Supermax anymore. He scored 73 points in a game last year.
Yeah. I just like the fact that, dude, I mean, this is like I
I'm telling you, this is the
look,
biggest trade in the history of sports, I think.
I genuinely can't think of a bigger trade. I can't think of anything bigger in baseball, hockey, like maybe Wayne Gretzky, but I
Yeah.
think the Wayne Gretzky one, like that was a little. I think why we're saying this one's bigger than Gretzky's deal is because
It was out of nowhere.
Gretzky knew he was getting traded.
Yeah,
Like that
and
was the thing, and then he just like picked his own team.
this came at 10 p.m. or like
Pacific,
uh,
like yeah,
10 midnight basically. Midnight basically
Midnight
Eastern
Eastern.
Standard Time of just yeah, here we go. Luka Doncic getting traded to Lakers. There was no inkling of a trade request. There was no the Mavericks, yeah, they've been playing bad recently, but that was because Luka's been hurt since Christmas. But
Yeah,
like
but he's gonna be back next week.
yeah, and it's like there's no reason to believe that they
Oh
should
my
have
God.
been traded. They were 19 and 11 when after Christmas, after they lost on Christmas Day.
Wait.
They were top four in the West at that time.
Luca has reached up to 270 pounds and the Mavericks were getting concerned.
Okay, but like
How? Okay, that doesn't make any sense.
even if he did, they thought bro was gonna be fat. I don't care if he was 400 pounds. He could probably still cook anyone on the basketball court.
I just I don't get how. Okay, I think they're just making a lot of stuff up at this point.
The thing that I don't get is saying how, and the craziest thing is that the Mavericks started it. The Mavericks were
Yeah.
the one that wanted to start it. They went to the Lakers and said, "Do you want Luka Doncic?" I don't care. Any team would have said, "Give me Luka Doncic right now." I don't care.
Dude, like you could figure out the weight, like you could drop weight. Like this isn't like a Zion Williamson situation. Like this was Luca's first major injury.
Yeah. The thing that I don't get is the thought process of why would you ever want to trade this guy? This is probably behind Nikola Jokic, the most sought after player in the NBA. Everyone wants Luka, Jokic, maybe even Shea. I don't even know. I wouldn't even put Shea in like that kind of a discussion where it's uh like everyone wants Luka and Jokic. Someone you can genuinely build a team around. This is the one of the biggest trades in sports history, like
I
ever.
think we gotta look at this like from the Mavericks. It's just like so now your two stars are 31 and 32, and then you have oh, I gotta see Flight reacts to this eventually. My apology.
Yeah.
Brian Windhorst saying LeBron James has dreamed of playing with Luka Doncic.
I mean, who hasn't?
Yeah.
This is LeBron. LeBron is Luka's idol, and now he just gets to play with him. And like LeBron has shown so much respect to Luka over the years since being drafted. This is like the most passing of the torch ever for the Lakers.
Yeah, this is insane. I mean,
Does AD get his jersey retired?
fuck no. Are you kidding? He's not getting his jersey retired. Like, look, here's what I'll say about Anthony Davis. A phenomenal player, obviously, but like the one issue that he has is that he can't stay healthy. And then, you know, like I mentioned, I mean, but this is also a top five center in the game.
hmm Like
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's just, oh,
it's
oh
one.
my God.
This is. I don't think you're gonna find many other people's videos on the internet that are able to be composed talking about this trade right now. This is the one of
Well,
the
except like the guys on ESPN, but like,
even then still. I seen a picture of Faisal Kamiza just now for Sportsnet, just like like the hands up in the air. Like, what are you supposed to talk about? This is one of the biggest trades ever, and now it's just like, yeah, this is just standard stuff that's supposed to be happening. Like,
yeah,
it is the most insane. You can't really put. you don't know the reasoning why the Mavericks would do this. Like, no matter what comes out about what the Mavericks say they want, it's just I can't believe it. I can't believe
I
it.
mean, I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm still trying to even figure out like what like because like when you all right, so we look at the standings right now in the Western Conference. As of whatever, February 2nd now, because it's 1:37 in the morning. The Lakers are 3.5 games back of the second seed Houston Rockets. They're 28 and 19. The Mavericks are in the eighth seed right now. They're 3 games back of the Lakers. If you, I mean, something's got. I don't know. Like I just don't even know who you. They I don't even know what you do. Like you need another center if you're Rob Pelinka. It's like you just traded the guy that didn't want to play the five, but played the five in your lineup. Like if I'm the Lakers, do you call the Brooklyn Nets and say, "Yo, what can I get for Nick Claxton?" Like, is that something that the Nets would entertain? Because, I mean, they're not trending in the right direction. It's just what do you? I don't even know what they do. I'm just trying to think of teams that have a starting center that are also just trying to capture the flag here. And
The Toronto Raptors. I'm telling you, Jakob Poeltl
but he's
is
not good defensively.
Poeltl's good defensively.
Oh, shut up.
He's the craziest thing that I thought was gonna happen was, Anthony Davis spoke with Shams like a couple weeks or maybe like a week ago and was saying, I like having a center next to me because I like being able to play the four. I thought that's what it meant for the Lakers. The Lakers need a center. Like I thought they were gonna go and trade for a center, somebody just to put next to AD. I can't believe that this is what like came of it. That now, hey, you're gonna play next to Derek Lively whenever he comes back from injury. Uh, but
Yeah.
but wow,
Yeah. I just
Nick Claxton makes too much money. By the way, I don't think it's
how much
possible
does
to get a tr
Claxton make?
27 million.
Huh?
Yeah,
Whoa. Are we talking about the right Nick Claxton? Huh?
I
You
know.
mean the Nick
I
Claxton in Brooklyn
yeah,
makes $27 million?
27 million
Huh? When the hell did he sign a 4-year, $97 million contract?
this past offseason, brother. But yeah, wow. I Nikola Vucevic.
God, no. Oh my God. If we get Nikola Vucevic, I'm gonna cry.
Why don't you just go for Embiid at this point? Just go, just go all in on the Tubby squad.
Dude, if we get Vucevic, I might actually cry. Because, like, and not in a good way. Like,
Tears of pain, not tears of joy.
it would be horrible. Vucevic is horrible defensively.
Jonas Valanciunas, you want JV?
Dude, honestly, if
JV is pretty good for only 10 mil.
I mean, like, is he though? Like, is Jonas Valanciunas? I wouldn't be surprised if they get Valanciunas.
That'd be a pretty good option.
I
He's
just don't think he's worth a first round pick, though.
Well, what picks do the Lakers have now? What
They have
picks
a
can they trade?
first. They have a 2031 first that they can trade,
That's the
and
only
that's
one
the
they
only
can trade.
first round pick they can trade. But they have a couple second picks.
They have one second round pick now.
Oh crap! I forgot they
They're
just traded the other one.
yeah, they're all yeah, wow.
Oh, oh my! All right, you know what? I just texted Jakob Pertl. He's just gonna come on the flight with me back to LA.
Oh, okay, all right. Sounds good. Um
But
I can't think of any other teams that really have the Pelicans don't really have anyone. They only have Yves Missi. The Jazz don't really have
yeah, they're not
anyone.
gonna trade Misi.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. But the Pelicans don't have anyone to trade. The Blazers are pretty interesting.
The Blazers are interesting.
Robert Williams.
Yeah.
But that's another thing of health. But Robert Williams would be a really good piece because the Blazers don't need it. They have three centers, Klingon, Ayton, and Time Lord.
So this is interesting from Jake Fisher. Dallas had contacted several teams this week looking to reroute additional salary for a potential three-team trade, sources said. A bunch of teams knew inklings about the Mavericks being close on a trade. Nobody knew it was Luka Doncic.
And what I bet people thought they were going to try and make a trade for Butler. Like,
I I think like
wow.
I don't know, like we keep I, all right, so with the Lakers now, like you have LeBron James and Luka Doncic. You have Austin Reeves. Right now, if they keep the lineup, which I don't think they will, just because Jackson Hayes is not a serviceable center, but let's say for the sake of argument, they trade Rui and a pick to get Jakob Poeltl. Then you're looking at a starting lineup of AR, Luca at the one, AR at the two, LeBron at the three, Dorian Finney-Smith at the four, Pirtle at the five, and then you're talking about a bench unit of Gabe Vincent, Dalton Connect, Jackson Hayes, and Jared Vanderbilt.
Like,
Which, look, on paper, the bench is terrible, but I think it's serviceable if you just stagger LeBron and Luca's minutes, and then you can also throw in Austin Reeves a little bit there as well. I think this is a team that if you bring in a center, you could win a championship this year with this team because we've already seen the Lakers they're kind of above expectations. I don't know. I at least think they are above expectations right now. I certainly didn't expect them to be, you know, a game back of Denver, or I didn't expect them even to be 9 games above 500 at this point in the season. They're 8-2 in their last 10 games. I certainly didn't expect them to take that convincing win against the New York Knicks. And again, that's just only one game. But if you're this team, what are you laughing at? What are you laughing
Sexy Red tweeted Luca is going where? Even Sexy Red's talking about this trade.
at? Hey, hey, focus on the real sexy over here, okay?
I
I I I'm looking at it. Okay. Oh my God. Shams just tweeted it's 1,000% real. Dude. And the fact that they only gave up one first round pick, like kudos to Rob, man. You get to use that other pick to grab a center. I just think again, I'm going to talk about the Lakers because I only really care about them anyways. You can't tell me that this team with Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, LeBron James, Dorian Finney-Smith or Jared Vanderbilt, whichever one you want to start at the four, and then Jakob Poeltl, that can't win a championship. I totally think it can because I mean, I'm not trying to overhype Austin Reeves, but you've seen every year his stats are getting better and better, and he's progressing. Now you're talking about Luka Doncic, who, I mean, obviously gets blown by more than anyone on the perimeter in terms of a defender, but you have defense around him. When LeBron feels like playing, he can play defense. You have two solid perimeter defenders in Vanderbilt and Dorian Finney-Smith. Austin Reeves is a okay defender. Like he's nothing to, write home about, but he's also nothing to really write off about. Like he can play solid defense. And when you look at his stats this year for Reeves, although he's not shooting well from the field, he's still 18 points a game, 6 assists a game. He's getting better and better as his career progresses. I mean, I think this team can win it all. I seriously think they can win it all this year. And that could just be me overhyping it, but you're talking about a LeBron James at 40 years old that just dropped a 30-point triple-double against one of the best defenses in the NBA. And Luka Doncic is Luka Doncic.
yeah, I'm trying to make a trade work right now. Without trading Rui to the Raptors, but it's Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, and that 2031 first for
I don't
Jakob
want that at
Poeltl.
all.
You don't want to trade Gabe Vincent?
I don't want to trade Jared Vanderbilt.
I don't know. It's
Jared Vanderbilt, he's one of the best perimeter defenders in the league.
but you need a center.
I'd rather get rid of Rui Ham and Cheese. You see the game he had 30, he dropped 21 points tonight in 38 minutes. Like he knew
I
he was
yeah,
getting traded.
I want Rui. I want Rui as a Raptors fan, but I'm not sure if, the Lakers.
Look,
I don't
I
know what
look
they're
at it this way.
doing.
I look at it this way. There is no way on God's green earth are you trading Jared Vanderbilt, who even with scoring 0 points tonight, had 8 rebounds in 14 minutes and has been a plus 8 player on the court in his 5 games this season, and he's averaging 2.5 steals a game right now.
I'm just I'm genuinely at a loss
I'm
for
not
words.
trading Jared Vanderbilt. Ain't no way am I trading Jared Vanderbilt.
You getting a Luca number 77 jersey or
My
card?
buddy's ordering me one right now, actually.
What? This is the most like random trade you'll see on like NBA Reels on Instagram, where it's like some kid clearly making the trade where it's like Anthony Davis for Luka Doncic works like hypothetically like it would work. No, that would never happen in real life. I guess this is real life now. Send that text to the girl that you've always wanted to send a text to because anything's
Send
possible.
that text to the girl you've always.
Like anything's possible at this point, man. Like
This is, I mean, my buddy who's a Clippers fan just texted me saying, he kept saying, you guys traded a top 5 center when he's healthy for a rental of Luca. I was like, Luca has this year and next year, and then he has a player option. And he's like, he keeps saying, this trade makes no sense for either team. It's also really funny because if it's true, Luca can't get a supermax, which means that he's going to have to be gone within 3 years regardless. What does that even mean?
the Lakers would still be able to offer the most money. He just can't get the supermax because it's not with the team that he was originally drafted
Drafted
with.
by. Who
So
cares though? Like, and I texted him saying, I said, you a salty Clippers fan. I don't want to hear it. And he goes, I'm a
yeah,
little salty only because Luca destroys us.
man. Hey, how about that for a playoff series? You got the Lakers and Clippers, but now it's very unlikely to happen unless the Mavericks somehow or the Lakers somehow get to like third and the Clippers stay in sixth. That's the only way. Or if they're in the 4-5 spot, Denver would have to drop out a little bit. But wow, genuinely, this is the biggest trade in NBA history, the biggest trade in probably North American sports history. The way of how shocking it was coming out of nowhere. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Breaking News Bears podcast. Hopefully, by the next episode comes out, we're back to talking about baseball and something else happening. But wow, thank you guys once again for listening.